Attention bubbleheads, sailors, and all military personnel. Enjoy truish, lighthearted, and funny adventures from life at sea, told by Mr. Durite himself. So pack your sea bags and rig the ship for dive. It's time for another sea story with Mr. Durite. I think they're ready for you.
Welcome back to Sea Stories with Mr. Durite. I am your host, Mr. Durite, and today we have a special guest. We have Mr. Will here at the VFW Hall. We're here for a wedding, and this gentleman right here just went ahead and just let me have it with all kind of stories. And I said, man, can you please get on my show and tell a story? And he said, sure, I guess I'll tell a story for you, but I'm going to charge you. So don't charge me too much.
$1.98.
I can handle that. So, tell us about yourself, sir. What branch of service were you in?
I was in the Army. I was in for only 3 years. Didn't realize until recently what day I actually went in. Okay. April 1st.
Really? So they made a fool out of you? Huh?
Yeah. Well, we won't say that, but I was a drag racing fiend.
Right.
And it was either go into service or lose my license. So I went into the service.
Did they let you drive in the service?
Yeah, I became a truck driver.
Could you race?
Not trucks.
Oh, well. I guess you can't win them all, right?
But I was kind of a smart aleck and everything. And right off, I've learned that if you're a truck driver, you don't have to pull KP. So when they asked volunteers for truck drivers, right away, my hand went up in the air.
All right. I'd rather drive a truck than peel potatoes any day, right?
Well, when you learn to be a truck driver, they tell you any place you drive a truck, you're supposed to drive 5 miles under the speed limit. I come up to this one alley, I was supposed to pick up mess bivouac. Posted speed limit was 5 miles an hour. So I parked the truck outside the alley and walked up to the mess hall. Had the mess sergeant Kaminsky. He says, Private, where's your truck? I said, I can't drive in this alley. It's only 5 mile per hour speed limit. He proceeded to tell me in those certain terms where I better get that truck and back it up to. So that was the start of my career in the service. Went on in, I was supposed to go to officer candidate school. And waited for a month for orders, didn't get them. My whole platoon had rotated already, except for me. So I wavered. So right away, my field person said, if you're not going to officer candidate school, you're going to drill sergeant school. So they sent me to drill sergeant. Excuse me, enjoyed doing that and everything. And I need to tell you, one of the things, my last name is Will. Well, when you fall the trainee in the leaning prone position, the command used to be, I understand they've changed it now, is fire at will. I actually had a trainee swing a live weapon at me, and I whacked him across the helmet liner, told him to get those eyes back down range where they belong. So, went into Vietnam. I was supposed to hook up with 2nd 8th Infantry because I was a tank commander by that time because I had made sergeant. And supposed to hook up, like I say, 2nd 8th Infantry. They superseded my orders and sent me to an engineering company. I said, engineers, I'm 11 Echo 40. I'm supposed to be a tanker. They said, you're getting a half a tank. I said, a half a tank? They said, yeah. So I report to the company, I still don't know what I'm taking over. And I said, what do y'all do here? They said, we build bridges. I said, again, I'm a tanker. What's that got to do with me? The guy told me again, you're getting a half a tank. So I went out to the motor pool and they introduced me to what they call an armored vehicle launching bridge. They were right, it's a half a tank with no turret, but it has a folding bridge, a portable bridge on its back. At that time, they only had 4 of them in Vietnam. I became one of the tank commanders of one of them. Old M48 could hardly get through the gate, they were so beat up. Again, they tell me, we got 4 brand new ones on order, but you'll never see them. 2 weeks later, got orders to go up to Navy, pick up 4 brand new tanks. So, the company I hooked up with had never seen a mission. They were hauling sand from Khartoum back to Pleiku to build permanent bridges. But we stayed on the front lines, but we'd hook up with a company, maybe be hooked up 2 weeks. They might use us twice as often. So we just kind of laid around, did our two-man crew. I had my driver and myself. That was it. So didn't have that bad a duty over there. Came back, became training NCO at Fort Hood. The Army has a very unique structure. They never let you teach what you've learned. It's what the book says.
We all know about
Which
that.
I understand all the services are like that. I spend hours as training NCO deleting little sentences and writing new sentences in.
You would rewrite the book, change
Yeah.
the SOP.
So, no, the Army was a good career for me. Sometimes I wonder what it would have been like if I had become an officer, because it might have directed I didn't finish on that part of the story. After I wavered it, my orders came in the next day. But I had already wavered it. Quartermaster OCS, one of the easiest ones, to my understanding, you could go through.
So, Mr. Will, tell us some of the countries you've been to or been stationed in.
Basically, it was Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, Fort Lawson Woods, then to Fort Knox, then to Vietnam, then to Fort Hood. That was it. The only foreign country I got to see was Vietnam. And I was kind of a fool for not staying in. I should have. But in all truthfulness, and I probably shouldn't say this, I hate it. Even though I've lived in Texas ever since.
So how long were you in?
Only 3 years.
Oh, okay.
That's why I say I was a fool for not making it a career, because everything I did, the Army was terrifically good to me. And I should have stayed in, and I kind of kicked myself. But you know how hindsight is.
Yeah, 2020.
Yes.
So, last question.
Okay.
Can you credit the Army for your good looks?
No, I got to credit that to my mama and daddy. The Army gave me the humor.
All right. So I'd like to thank you again for getting in front of this camera with me on my show, Sea Stories with Mr. Durite. Yeah, I appreciate you.
Right. I appreciate you to contacting
Yes,
me.
sir. And let me get myself straight. I got all excited to be talking to you, right? let me. So thank you again for tuning in to Sea Stories with Mr. Durite with your host, Mr. Durite. Until next time, peace.
My pleasure.
Welcome back to Sea Stories with Mr. Durite. I'm your host, Mr. Durite, and this is a Durite Ditty. What is a Durite Ditty? Well, I'm glad you asked. I want to make something quick, short, sweet, in, out, just like you like it. So here it is. I asked a friend of mine at work the other day if he ever watched my videos. He said, hell no. I said, damn, mofo. That's why I wouldn't look at yours either if you had some. But just out of curiosity, why not? He proceeded to tell me that my videos were missing 3 key ingredients to making my videos enjoyable.